After years of research, scientists develop hoppers, a revolutionary technology that transfers a human mind into robotic animals, allowing people to secretly observe wildlife from within. The story follows Mabel, a passionate animal lover whose childhood was shaped by her grandmother. As a mischievous child, Mabel constantly rescued animals, often getting into trouble. Her grandmother introduced her to the Glade, a peaceful natural sanctuary where they spent years caring for wildlife together. Before passing away, she made Mabel promise to protect it forever. Years later, Mabel discovers that the Glade is scheduled to be destroyed for a highway project led by Mayor Jerry. He gives her 48 hours to gather enough public support to stop construction, but she fails. Seeking another solution, she visits Dr. Sam, who explains that the ecosystem can only recover if a single beaver returns, since beavers are the key species that keep the habitat alive. While searching for a beaver, Mabel witnesses one being transported into a secret laboratory. There, she learns the truth. The beaver is actually a robot used in the Hoppers project. When Dr. Sam refuses to help, Mabel impulsively transfers her own consciousness into the robotic beaver and escapes into the wild. Living among real animals proves far more difficult than expected. She survives predators, struggles to fit in, and eventually meets George, the charismatic king of the beavers. George explains the rules of animal society, where survival, cooperation, and balance govern everything. Mabel asks him to move his colony back to the Glade, but he refuses because a mysterious, unbearable noise drove every animal away years ago. Investigating further, Mabel discovers that humans secretly installed sound-emitting devices designed to drive wildlife away. During a confrontation with another robotic animal sent by Dr. Sam, the machines are accidentally destroyed, silencing the noise. The animals celebrate and begin restoring the Glade together. As Mabel earns the animals' trust, George reveals his painful past and appoints her as his closest advisor. However, the peace is short-lived when humans reinstall the noise devices and destroy the restored habitat once again. George brings the issue before the Animal Council, made up of rulers representing mammals, birds, insects, reptiles, amphibians, and fish. Mabel explains that Mayor Jerry's construction project threatens every species. The council misunderstands her warning and decides that the only solution is to eliminate the human responsible. Chaos erupts when Mabel accidentally kills the queen of the insects with her robotic body. Branded as criminals, she and George escape, while the queen's son, Titus, becomes the new insect king. Titus discovers the robotic technology and vows to wage war against humanity. Feeling responsible for everything that has happened, Mabel loses hope, believing that every attempt to help only creates more problems. George comforts her, reminding her that trust, like a beaver dam, can always be rebuilt. Inspired, their friends unite to prevent both the destruction of the Glade and the murder of Mayor Jerry. Meanwhile, Jerry continues with his construction plans. Mabel repeatedly warns him that the animals are coming, but he refuses to listen. During a confrontation involving humans, robots, and wildlife, George discovers that Mabel was never a real beaver, but a human controlling a robotic body. Titus then takes control of Jerry's body and plans to use the sound technology to harm both humans and animals during a massive public event. Mabel convinces Jerry to help stop him, and together with Dr. Sam, they devise a plan. Facing Titus, Mabel argues that everyone has the ability to choose kindness, even after suffering loss. Titus rejects her message and declares that both humans and animals deserve destruction. However, his growing extremism alienates many of his own followers. Before Titus can activate the sound weapon, Mabel prevents him from using the device. Dr. Sam and Jerry successfully reverse the body transfer, returning Titus to his original butterfly form. During the battle, a massive wildfire breaks out. Animals and humans work side by side to stop the spreading flames. Under George's leadership, every species cooperates to redirect water and extinguish the fire, ultimately saving both the forest and the nearby city. After witnessing everyone's efforts, Mayor Jerry abandons his highway project and agrees to work with the community to protect the environment while finding a better solution. Later, Mabel graduates and joins Dr. Sam's research team, helping develop more responsible conservation technology. The Glade becomes protected nature reserve where animals and humans coexist peacefully. Although Mabel and George can no longer communicate to the Hopper's technology, they remain close friends. George simply sends heart emojis to Mabel's phone, bringing their extraordinary adventure to a heartfelt conclusion. In a post-credit scene, the animals play with a robotic Jerry mask, ending the story with a humorous touch.